Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. This is Dhul Qada, around 20th or so. Hijri 1441, July 11th, 2020. We're making omelets. Let's see where I can put this. On this I've got a simple mixture of vinegar, water, and a little bit of dish soap. On this side it's dry. In our omelet today we are going to be putting this aside. Try to be safe with a knife. Still working on that. So we've got onions, celery, green pepper. This is the Louisiana mirepoix base. Doing my onions like that. Try to waste as little as possible. I don't know if you can hear him in the background, but we've got a really beautiful cat here too. I'm not going to show you right now because my hands are... Actually, I should have washed my hands again, but I had the vinegar in the soap, so... After touching the phone, because we have to be safe in COVID-19. Even after COVID-19, we all have to be safe. I've got a bag here for my compost. I like the compost. Okay. I don't like seeds personally. You don't have to worry too much about them when you cook. Cutting space is a little small, so not as efficient as I normally am. This kitchen's a little not designed that great in my opinion. That's okay. We make do with what we got at the moment, right? Alright. Actually, it might be easier to do it this way. Even though it's not as safe, I would never advise you do it this way. But because of the way this onion is shaped, I'm just doing it like this right now. It's actually very unsafe what I'm doing with my fingers and the knife. That's a little safer. This is what not to do, by the way. For anyone watching educational purposes, always try to have your vegetables, meats, whatever, nice and flat. And you cut it like that, with your knuckles in, everything. Thumb tucked behind. See if I can do it. This cutting board's weird. I just bought this today from the Dollar Tree. Not the best cutting board there, but they didn't have any, so... Hey, as I mentioned earlier, mirepoix, for anyone who doesn't know, mirepoix is the French term for, I believe, aromatics. I have to look it up again actually, what the actual translation means. Um, but it's basically it's what's used as a base for pretty much all cooking. Not all cooking there, but like a lot of cuisine uses mirepoix bases, and it's essentially three plus uh, vegetables, and in this case, this is Louisiana style Holy Trinity, as it's called. One of my teachers taught me. It's actually my favorite. I love it. Um, and it's a really nice base. So I've got julienne style. I'll put those in with the rest of my mirepoix. It's called mise en place. Off camera, which I'll show you later, I've got my eggs sitting in some room temperature water, and the reason we do this after we take them out of the fridge is so that we allow the eggs to come up to room temperature. And what that does doesn't mean you don't have to. Obviously, you can cook with eggs right out of the fridge, but the reason, if you think about it, what's egg? It's protein, right? And what happens to protein, even ourselves, when we're cold? Usually, well, human can be different, but in a fridge, like a piece of meat, it'll tense up, right? It'll get all kind of a little tough. It's cold. It's shriveling up. What happens when you cook something from cold to hot really fast? When it's all tensed up, what's going to happen to your protein, right? This is the same with steaks. Poultry is a little different. You do want it to come to room temperature, but gotta be careful with the more white meats. But any meat, you should allow it to rest a little bit, come to room temperature, especially the darker meats, heavier, tougher meats, beef, lamb, all that kind of stuff. Even darker game meats, even darker game poultry as well. But again, be careful. Anyways, you want it to come up to room temp so it's nice and relaxed. When we cook it, nice, it's juicy, it's relaxed, it's not tough. You get that sumptuous bite out of it. Alright, now I'm going to finish my onions. Got two more here. Yeah, so mirepoix again. It's a base of three vegetables. Standard mirepoix in French cuisine is carrots, onions, celery. Generally, 2 parts onion, 1 part celery, 1 part carrot. The Louisiana, again, always wipe down between vegetables. You don't have to if it's going to be the same mirepoix. This is more traditional, being clean. COVID-19, you don't want to cross-contaminate. Even my cutting board I should wipe down, but today I'm just gonna let it go. But that's how we got into COVID-19 situation, huh? Today I'm just gonna let it go. Today I'm just gonna let it go. Tomorrow I'm just gonna let it go. And then it all sort of went downhill from there, didn't it? Anyways, getting healthier, working together. Alright. If anyone's curious about like how I'm cutting my onions, you remove as little as you can from the top, as little as you can from the bottom, This one you can actually leave on because it'll prevent you from crying as much. Then you cut in half, and you can cut any way you like, but going like this is actually good for the cellulose, the cell structure, when you cook it afterwards. As one of my coworkers taught me. Actually, my teachers tried to teach me too, and it doesn't really matter which way you cut it at the end of the day. But one of my coworkers was like, "Nah, man, it's better this way. You should always aim for the best." My other coworkers that I love dearly, in a bro way, obviously. I got a big heart, alright? I'm not shy of it. He actually really helped me recently with learning to be a little more relaxed and fast in cooking, where it's not as meticulous or structured as French cuisine generally is, which is kind of why I was slow in school, but one of the reasons. But see, now I'm crying because I cut into the heart. You can leave that heart, the end part, on, and it'll prevent you from crying if you don't cut into it. That's where that's what the heart, when you cut the heart, right? That's when we cry. That's where all the I'll look it up and link it later, but there's like enzymes or whatever particles in there that make us cry. When they're cut into, they release. What was I saying before? Yeah, he taught me how to, my buddies there, taught me how to be a little more relaxed in cooking, and the term for it is, I can't remember the French term. Concassé, as you like, concassé. Alright, my bowl's a little small for my mirror pie, but yeah, we're gonna pause the video here actually, take a little bit of break after I've done most of my mise en place. It's time for prayer. Maghrib Salah. The sun is setting, and then we'll be right back, nice, fresh and clean. Also, always make sure to cover your food. Bismillah. Oh yeah, over here we got some grated cheese. I got some cilantro to pick through, which I'm probably gonna add, and a little bit of mushrooms when we get back. Also, always clean your knife and your station if you're gonna go for a break. Clean up after yourself, so other people can use the space as well. Bear with me, this kitchen is not messy because of me. So I've got my eggs over here, and I got some cleaning going. Alright, so now